everyone. Welcome to Hello Ramadan 2021 live show by Have Halal World Travel. Today we have a Japanese Muslim here with us who will share about the Ramadan experience in Japan. His name is Kaiji. He's from Tokyo and he has been a Muslim for around 4 years. So before we start, first of all, please let me introduce myself first. My name is Astri from HHWT Indonesia team. Today I'm going to present to you Ramadan Around the World series with speakers from all over the world, from many countries, from Japan to Thailand. So without further ado, please welcome Kaiji-san. Hello, Kaiji-san.
Halo, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. And you,
Yeah,
Sastri-san?
I'm great. I'm
Great.
great. Thank you. Thank you. Are you at home right now?
Yes, I'm at home.
Oh, wow. Good, good. So, Kaigi-san, could you tell us a stories about the Ramadan in Japan? You've been a Muslim for 4 years, right?
Yes, I became Muslim in 2017, so almost 4 years.
Yeah. Could you tell us about your journey as a Muslim converted so far?
Okay, if I tell the story, maybe, the story will be very long, but I want to make it simple here. I
Yeah.
became Muslim in Japan almost, 4 years ago in 2017. The first time I met Islam was when I was in Brunei to study as an exchange student. Before going to before going to Brunei, I have no idea about Islam at all. However, 70% of Bruneians' population is Muslim, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, so many of my friends are also Muslim.
Mm.
Then Bruneians' lifestyle is totally different from the lifestyle of Japanese. But their heart is very kind, people are humble, life is really peaceful. So I got interested. Then I keep to study. I mean keep for seek for what Islam is teaching after coming back to Japan. Alhamdulillah, I became Muslim in Japan 4 years ago.
Oh, I see. To be precise, like what is the main point? What is the moment that you found Islam is the beauty of Islam in Brunei?
Okay, that people are really humble and people are really peaceful. The reason why the people doing like that is they have the clear purpose to live in Japan. The basically I don't want to categorize but generalize, but basically in Japan, the people doesn't have some faith or religion. We might get in lost if we don't have any guidance or the purpose to live. But in Brunei, I found many people have the strong, how to say, faith to rely on. I mean, the spiritually and the physically. So I want to, I get inspired and motivated by their lifestyle and their religion itself.
Oh, I see. So since I've been following your Instagram also, so I know that you have been working in Indonesia as well, right? Can you
Yes,
tell us more stories about working in Indonesia and your visit to Malaysia as well?
yes. So I want to explain about my international experience. The first of all, as I told you, in 2015, I went to Brunei to study for 1 semester. That means 6 months. Yeah. So if we look at the map, world map, the Brunei located beside Malaysia is it the Borneo, Pulau Kalimantan, Borneo. Yeah. So we can drive to Malaysia like a Midi and Pulau Labuan, Kota Kinabalu, and so on. So and then in 2017 to 18, I often join many events in Malaysia for my business. So in total, I visited Malaysia maybe more than 15 times. And then 2019, 2 years ago, I moved to Indonesia to work, and I was there for 1.5 years. I was working as a manager in education field. It was
I see.
very fun. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Do you have like any favorite places in Malaysia and in Indonesia?
for Indonesia, I was I lived in Bandung.
Yeah.
Bandung is a really good place. The nice weather. Not hot, no nggak ada macet, no traffic jam.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really good. And then I often go to the cafe that in Bandung there is a very fashionable cafe, the fancy and comfortable cafe. So I often visit the cafe.
I see. Okay. So Kaiji-san, let's talk about spending Ramadan in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, what is the typical day for you during Ramadan? Like, can you share about your routine or daily activities during Ramadan for these past few years in Japan?
Okay. Now basically my routine is just the same as a Muslim. Just wake up for Fajr, and for me sleep again until going to the work, and then go to the work, fasting until Maghrib. We had the iftar for buka puasa, for the break the fast, and do tarawih in the masjid. And then this year, the Fajr prayer will be 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So maybe I'm gonna sleep after I ate sahur. And then
Oh,
basically in Japan, the working time doesn't change, even though even though in the Ramadan. So
mhm.
I finish work, buka puasa, open, how to say, the break the fasting.
Yeah, the break the fasting. So, how many hours in total in Japan that we are fasting? Like for
And
last year and maybe for this year?
from the for this year, maybe start from 3:30 a.m. until 5:30 to 6, so more than 40 hours, I think.
I see. Do you find any like difference when you're fasting last year during COVID and this last past few years during pre-COVID? Do you find any difference?
Yeah, actually the last year, uh, we had to stay home, right? During the
Yes.
Ramadan. Then actually I was in Indonesia
Mhm.
last year. So in Indonesia, it's prohibited to pray that masjid due to the pandemic, and then to gather for iftar or buka puasa or the Eid prayer. But this year also, in my opinion, and some according to the announcement by the masjid in Japan, I think this year also we will spend time mostly at home, but we can join some activities through online. And in Japan, we do have some online gathering for young Muslims, so we can be still connected each other, even though we have to stay home. So, and then some masjid allows us to gather for the tarawih or iftar, but in that those kind of activity is limited this year.
Oh, I see. So what kind of online gathering it is? Is it is like gathering with the ustads and having like a conversation, things like that?
Yes. We have the two kinds of the activities. One is in inviting the ustads, Japanese ustads, to explain about how important the Ramadan is and how we should how we have to behave in the Ramadan. The ustads tell us giving a lecture. The second part is just for interacting each other. So it's kind of more casual talk within the brother and sister in Japan, especially for young generation.
I see, I see. So, since you're a Muslim convert, right? So, can you share like what are the challenges you faced during Ramadan when you first become a Muslim convert, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, challenge and overcome. Then when I became Muslim, maybe for the first year, actually in Ramadan, that my focus is just not eating, not drinking during the Ramadan from the from the Fajr to Maghrib. But that means I just focus only on myself. So my focus or intention. niyat. It's not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, after a few years, I realized, our fasting doesn't mean about, only eating or drinking, but also we have to concentrate our intention on the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by reading Quran, reciting zikir, and doing good to people and so on. So in this point, I haven't overcome this because this process will continue until we die, of course. And but through joining Muslim community in Japan, we can share this kind of knowledge or ilmu as I got from the community.
I see. Yes, I totally agree with you on that. So we need to we need to be always keep learning until we die. Yeah, that's I really agree with you. So
Yeah. So
about the Mhm.
so basically, when the non-Muslim think of Ramadan, maybe they will think up of not eating, the prohibition of eating or drinking. But the main focus is to enhance our iman during the Ramadan, right? Not only about eating and drinking. I think that's a
Mhm.
kind of the point I get.
Yeah. That's true. That's correct. So about the drinking and the eating part, I want to ask you. I'm just curious, like what kind of food that you usually eat during sahur? Is it the same food um, for breakfast, for example, in Japan, or it's like a different kind of dish?
Iftar and suffer.
Yes.
In Japan, in the mosques in Japan, basically they provide foreign dishes like Bangladesh food, Pakistani food, biryani, Indonesian food, rendang, and so on. I'm not really sure about typical suffer in Japan, but my Japanese Muslim, my friends, including me, like to eat natto for suffer. Do you know natto?
Natto. What is
Natto
natto?
is kacang, how to say, soybean,
I see.
very
Okay.
sticky, and the smells is really unique.
Hmm.
So it's easy to eat, much protein, and very familiar to Japanese people. So I think the natto is my recommendation suffer, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, okay. So what about iftar? What about iftar food?
I started doing also same. We are invited to the masjid, and then basically the masjid is managed by the foreign Muslim, like Bangladesh, Pakistani, sometimes Indonesian, sometimes Sri Lanka. So they serve their own country's food. Like if the manager, I mean the management is by the Pakistani, they offer the Pakistani biryani. If the Indian is the owner of the masjid, they provide Indian curry and so on.
Okay. So about the Eid celebration, about the Hari Raya celebration, I'm wondering like how is the Eid celebration in Japan and how you will be celebrating Eid this year?
Mm. Basically, we celebrate Eid, Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, with brother and sister in the masjid. Or sometimes we are invited to the friend's house, open house, in the area near my house. And basically, we had the Eid player in the masjid, but masjid is very small, very very small. So all of the participants cannot accommodate. So we have to divide our Eid player into maybe 3 or 4 times in order to in order for all of the participants to play in the masjid. And then my basically, if maybe in your case, for the Lebaran, after Ramadan, you go back to the home, Pulang Kampung. But basically in my case, my family is not Muslim yet, so they do not really care about the Eid. So I often celebrate with my friend, my the brothers and sisters in the masjid.
Oh, I see. Okay. So how did your family overcome it? Like when they found out that you converted to Muslim, how
Mm.
did they overcome it? Can you share with us?
Yes, yes, yes. First of all, my mom was really against about my religion. Actually, not about Islam, not only about Islam, but also all of the religion she doesn't like. I thought she thinks so because she has no experience or opportunity to communicate with the Muslims or other foreign people, not only about Muslim. So I often try to bring my Muslim friend to meet my mom. And then if my mom if my mom communicate with Muslim friend, you know, she realize that the Muslims is just normal people, not dangerous, not just normal. So her mind, her idea about Islam, Muslim has been changing, and then Alhamdulillah, finally, she supported my decision to become Muslim. Alhamdulillah. So now our the family relationship with my mom is stronger than before I became Muslim.
Oh, wow. Alhamdulillah. Thank God.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so happy to hear it. So about Kaiji-san, about traveling in Japan. So everyone is super excited to travel again after the pandemic, right? And we
Mm,
know that some destinations have changed because of lack of tourists. So
yeah.
can you share with us like what is the must-see spot or must-see destination that you recommend for any Muslim traveler who
Mm.
visiting Tokyo?
Okay. From the personal point of view, in my opinion, personal opinion, I live near Skytree. Do you know Skytree? Tokyo Skytree.
Yes, Tokyo Sky Tree.
Yeah, the tallest tower in Japan that is famous for the tourists. Now they have the player space in the Skytree, so even Muslim traveler come to Skytree, they can play there. Basically, Muslim traveler is difficult to find, to find player space. So maybe the Skytree is good place for Muslim traveler too.
Oh, I see. But I
Yeah.
think Japan is starting to be like a Muslim friendly country, right? Like,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, there's quite many. There's a lot of halal restaurants and the prayer rooms and things like that. What do you think about that?
Yes, Japan, as a schedule, we had Olympics, right? Tokyo Olympics 2020. But so, to prepare for Tokyo Olympics, to welcome more tourists from the foreign countries, Japanese people are really, focus on how to say, focus on giving hospitality to the foreign tourists, including Muslims. However, due to this pandemic, many restaurants and the tourism shops are really influenced by this um, corona pandemic. Yeah, so their business operation is really severe. I mean, really difficult to continue. So, but at this moment, now the corona situation in Japan is getting better. So inshallah, this situation will be improved and keep increasing in terms of the masjid, the prayer spaces, halal restaurant.
Hmm, I see. Okay. And about the restaurant itself, like about the eatery, What do you think is the local eatery that you would recommend Muslim traveler to try later after the pandemic, maybe when the business is
Hmm.
going on again? Can you share us like what is your
Yes.
recommendation about local eatery?
Yeah, okay. If you come to Japan, you must eat Wagyu. Do you know Wagyu, right?
Yes, the meat. Oh my God.
Authentic Wagyu is an amazing, in terms of the taste, texture, and the price also. Very expensive, but they're really tasty. And if you taste Wagyu, you cannot eat other beef because it's too tasty.
Really? Where did you? Oh, where is the local eatery that you would recommend to eat the wagyu?
There are some restaurant in Japan. For example, Issho. The name is Issho. Issho restaurant in Ueno area offers the halal wagyu, and they provide some Japanese traditional wagyu related dishes. So yeah,
Hmm.
you have to try if you come to Japan.
Oh, okay. Oh, hopefully I will go back to Japan as soon as possible. I really miss Japan actually. I think
Yeah,
all things about Japan
you have been to
is
Japan.
yeah, a couple of times and always want to go back to Japan, especially Tokyo and Kyoto
Oh,
and yeah.
oh, very
Okay, so the last question for you, Kaiji-san. In our site, HWT, our mission is to foster peace and understanding between people of different backgrounds.
okay.
So, do you have any kind of stories to share about your interactions with people of these different backgrounds or faith?
Hmm. Of course. Before I became Muslim, I do not really have foreign friends or international connection because I was quite introvert at the time. But when I became Muslim, a lot of brothers and sisters from all over the world welcomed me and supported me as a Muslim. Like now, I am speaking to brothers and sisters all over the world, right? And
Yes.
I stay the Far East country, so it's kind of amazing experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like I got the family and sahabat all over the world. I'm really motivated and inspired.
Wow, wow. That's what a story. Thank you so much, Kaiji-san, for sharing your
Yes,
stories and
yes,
experience
no,
with us.
my pleasure.
Thank you so much. It's really inspiring for me as well. So enjoy your Ramadan and Eid this year. So hopefully we can meet soon.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Okay. So thank you for watching Ramadan Around the World live show. Don't forget to sign up for our virtual event Hello Ramadan 2021 in www.helloramadan.com. There is a virtual bazaar, like interesting challenges, lucky draws, and many things, including these live shows. So I'm Sastri from HSWT Indonesia. See you soon and goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Kaji-san.
Bye.